The track crew here at Mohawk International Raceway is doing their final prep work on a surface that has been abused all afternoon by a variety of classes. Some late model teams are also doing prep work, like Art Halliday, who had an incident in heat race action. Other teams require different adjustments, something Greg Byrosh explains further in today's Tech Minute.
Well, this time on the Tech Minute, we're going to take a look at the rear suspension of a dirt late model. Gone through a lot of evolution over the years, but pretty much what everybody has settled on is the 4-link rear suspension. And by 4 links, what we refer to are the radius rods that locate the rear axle in the car from front to back. There's 2 on each side, so hence the 4 links. They've got all kinds of adjustments that they can use on these. Move those mounting locations up and down. That'll change the swing radius that the rear axle takes when the car rolls. It'll affect how much drive, how much bite goes into the rear wheel, how hard it plants it into the racetrack, and drivers have got a lot of adjustment that they can make depending on track conditions. And something that Rocket has come up with, they've got this, what they call the brake floater on the left side, which locates the caliper and allows the driver, when he gets on the brakes, to not have that upset the car. It sort of runs independent of all the rest of the suspension, but still brings it to a stop. So a neat thing, it's always evolving, something's always new, something's always going on. The rear suspension of the late models, complicated, but very, very interesting.
With the dry and slick conditions today, another item that was a focus in the pit area has been tire preparation, something Mike Trapp, the winner from Heat 1, explained to our Greg Byrosh.
It seems good. What a great day for a race. The weather finally let up from yesterday. Everything's looking good. We just watched the modifieds run and the track's looking beautiful. It's dry, it's slippery, it's slick, and it's black. It's just how we like it.
Now, I assume you made some adjustments to your car after the heat race. Have you got more changes in mind now that you watched the modifieds, or are you pretty happy with what you got?
Well, we actually have a tire selection this year, and the choice is soft, mediums, or hards. Well, few people have hards, so everybody's scrambling to get all the hards they can find, and we anticipate the track to be just like it is now. We're ready. Everything's ready to go. Hopefully it's turnkey, and we'll be up front. That's my plan.
Well, with the rain that came through the area yesterday and last night, that's pretty good. You might be the only one that anticipated these dry conditions here today.
Well, it surely wasn't last night, because, boy, it rained a lot last night, and they were out there packing the track at 8:30 this morning, and as a matter of fact, before we even started, they had to put water on the track. So this should be a good night of racing.
After a long hiatus since heat race action, the time has finally come for the field to take to the track for the 30-lap feature event, the third Go Nuclear Late Model Series race of the season. The sun is shining once again, which should make it a picturesque event to take in. But as Greg Byrosh explained just a moment ago, the conditions have changed even from where they were earlier in the day.
Look at this racetrack. Super smooth, super wide, super slick. And me, I forgot my ice skates. Did bring my jackknife, though, and you can take a look. Boy, well, I can get maybe about a half an inch of it down in there. For all the rain that we got last night and overnight and this morning, thought we were going to have a very heavy, very sticky racetrack, but track crew here got the moisture worked right out of it. We've got a slick, we got a wide, and we got a smooth racetrack to work with here today. It was a little bit slippery in the heat race for the late models, but this is the first time they're seeing it after the modifieds ran 100 laps, the Pro Stocks ran 50. It is completely cleaned off, and it's going to be all about setup here in tonight's A-Main. So let's get it started, and we'll see who picked the right tires, the right shocks, the right springs to get at least some of that horsepower to the ground. Let's get it started with tonight's A-Main.
A great field, 26 cars deep, with Joe Hall and Adam Turner on row number 1, Mike Trapp and Dale Castle row number 2, Alan Fink and Sean Beardsley a strong row number 3, Rick Miller, and in row number 4 alongside him will be Greg Bellier, and rounding out the top 10 starters, Phil Potts and the 18 of Billy Isley. No shortage of great names all the way throughout this pack as they get ready to go green on a 30-lap feature event, a day feature, very rare, and it is green racing under blue skies. Joe Hall with no issue jumping out in front of the field. He'll lead into turn number 1 and 2. Alan Fink on the move on the inside of the racetrack. Looks underneath the R19 of Dale Caswell. But Caswell goes to the outside of Mike Trapp. They're 3 wide for third, and Fink has jumped up a row here on the opening circuit. Goes down to the bottom now looking for second. Alan Fink on the move, but he catches the tractor tire, spins it around, and will barely avoid the third tractor tire. Alan Fink will draw the caution here with 1 lap hauled. An issue for the number 28. Made a nice move on the bottom of the speedway, but unable to keep his car pointed in the right direction. And now we have to go all the way to the back of the field for the ensuing restart.
When looking at the replay, you'll see Alan Fink catch not 1, but 2 tractor tires positioned at the bottom of the track, sending his number 28 for a spin. He's back underway, though, and we will be too on the Atomic Power Racing Hour.